Never been more peak than today. Oh! Sometimes, I mean, I'll say the same thing that I told Spooter Lily when she asked about the Labby 3 demo. So I was like, I just don't care about a demo. Oop. Oop. Like, of course I'm excited for the game when it comes out, but like, I don't know, I don't know, demos don't get me excited. It's like, because I'm like, I don't want to go play like a partial game. Not even a partial game, like a partial of a partial. Like, ooh, here are these new mechanics or something we have. And I'm like, okay. But I'm like, I'll just wait till the game drops. The asset archives already? Okay. See, that I can understand. But, like, I don't really care to go hop for a few hours of gameplay. But that's me, personally. Okay, I gotta focus up. Brrr. It also doesn't help demos, which, I mean, it's obvious that this is the case, but, like, demos also usually, you know, take place in, like, the most boring part of the game. For games. And that's not a fault of demos, that's just the nature of it, right? The story. I mean, I'll see my opinion when Labby 3 actually comes out. And I know he said that he put more emphasis into the story this time, but I can't say that's any of the reason I'm interested in Labby 3. I'm just interested in it because Labby 1 and 2 are like some of my favorite gameplays of all time, in terms of just true gameplay. I've made it 1440p. What's the resolution of the game currently? What's the? I'm no resolution nut. I don't particularly care too much about resolutions, but what is the current 1080 gap? Okay. Wow. Yes, he does have a very big screen. Some people, like me, have 3 smaller monitors. Some people have 1 giant monitor. Too quick. I'll say what I always say about multi-screen usage. I had 1, I was like, I don't need 2, and then I got 2, and I was like, I don't need 3, and now I have 3, I'm like, I could never go back to 2. Which is kind of a lie. I don't necessarily, like, 2 is the sweet spot. The 3rd one's nice, but it's not anything I super need. It's just a nice thing to have. Although I will say, specifically for streaming, is the one instance where having a 3rd monitor is actually quite nice. Because this way I can have my middle monitor, which is the one I'm actually playing on. I can, as I gesture my hand towards it, not that anyone can see that. I have my right monitor where Twitch is actually open, and I can see chat and such. And then my left monitor where I can have OBS open to see if there's actually any OBS issues. Am I up to 300? No, 300 for the next turn. Oh. Hey, okay, I'm up to 300 in this. I'm actually just over 500 in terms of lifetime cap rate on this. Neat. Well, Seppa may be a mess, but is it a mess if it works? I've been fogged. Okay. Listen, you gotta clean up your desk at some point, right? You can't have all the Yuka figures taking up the spaces where the monitors and the cords need to be, right? Gosh. The Yuka? Only one Yuka estimate. I guess there aren't really that many Yuka figures. Actually, I don't know of any Yuka figures, although I'm sure they exist. Yuka Fumo. Yeah. I know Fumo exists. There's gotta be... I don't know. Like there's a number of good quality, even like medium quality Touhou figures, but I've never seen a Yuka before. Or I'm not familiar with the terminology for that, so I can't answer. I just call it a small figure. Couldn't quite come back in time. Kitty cat walk. Nendroid, yeah, okay, that's. See, I've heard the term Nendroid, but I don't actually know what type of figure a Nendroid is, so I wasn't about to speak up because I didn't know for sure. Changeable parts of fish. Yeah. I really hope in Labby 3, the full game, I really hope we get some UM representation, specifically Jimbo. I'd love if he brought Jimbo from 2018.
Ew.
Stage 4 mid-boss from UM. Jimbo. Actually, here's a question. In the demo or any of the pre-release stuff that has been released, do we know if A, Renosuke's back in the game, and B, do we know if he's Beta Male Labby 2 Renosuke, or if he's Giga Chad Manosuke Labby 1? This is very important. See the images. Oh, almost had that cut. Listen, this is very important. He's like one of the characters that got like the biggest change from Labby 1 to Labby 2. Because like I'm sure, I can't say for a fact, but I'm sure most of the characters most of the characters are very similar in Labby 1 to the Labby 2, and I'm sure that in Labby 3 they're probably going to be very similarly designed, but like he's like the one that like really changed. Or like the number one that really changed. Ugh. Although you gotta be careful, Dom, because if you're just gonna start looking through the code of the game, you might stumble upon 3 peso code, and that might make you lose your head again. Go take a look around. What's the worst that could happen? Come on, it can't be that bad. Or be of good cheer. Ooh, I'm actually getting closer to having a 50% historic cap rate on this attack.
No! Not if I do that.
And we get the Touhou card game. Are you talking about Danmaku? Speaking of which, I gotta pay attention when that big box comes out. One of my friends got me Danmaku for Christmas, so we played it a fair bit. But it's just the base game of Danmaku. I know there are expansions and stuff for it, so I'm curious when that big box comes out. That is the collection. I don't have any special playmat or any sorts for playing Danmaku, or any card-based game. I used to have old Pokemon trading card playmats. That was about it. Okay, yeah, I only have the base. I tried to look briefly at some of the expansions, but I couldn't find like where to get any at first, and I haven't gone back to look since. But it is very fun. Especially when I have a group of 6 people to play, which is whenever I play the game, we usually have 6 people. Although my favorite occurrence is there's the Aya card where it forces everyone to discard and draw 3. I love when you get like that card like twice within the span of 5 minutes. And then you just spend oh gosh, you have to go through the trouble of everyone discard your hand, reshuffle, draw 3. Big box. Yeah, I know. I want, like, at this point I'm kind of just waiting for big box. Cuz I'm like that'll just have everything and it'll be great. Cuz like I would like to find more of it, but I can't. Pick Yuka as support. I don't understand why you'd pick Yuka as support. Not gonna lie, I see a Yuka, I'm like, this is a problem. Although, to be fair, she's not necessarily the most problematic character, but, generally speaking, if I see a Yuka, my first response is, oh, I know what team you're on. Yeah, pick Yuka. That's fair. To be fair, the group I play with is not really any Touhou fans, besides my Snelf, so people don't have too many previous allegiances, and whenever I see someone pick Yuka, my first thought isn't, oh, they're picking it to pick it, and I'm like, oh, they're just trying to kill everyone. Although, as fun as Yuka is, if you just want to straight up kill people, personally, I like Oku for that job. Like, if I just want to, like, straight up execute someone, Oku is just so fun for that. Oku is the perfect character for... My role doesn't necessarily require that I live. I'm just gonna nuke. Have Nue or Mamizo? No, it does not.
Flip.
Personally, my favorite part of the game, though, is Lily White. Whenever she gets flipped up as an event. Big box shot. Just let me know if big box, if big box, big box. I want to actually say big box. If big box launches, let me know immediately. Because I will definitely want to get it immediately. If it ever drops. This week? Oh, neat. Whatever. I don't care what phase it's on, as long as it's like actually receiving work. As long as it's not one of those things where you're like, oh, I wonder how this is going. You look and it's just been abandoned. As a Touhou Fest? Ooh, neat. Unfortunately, I don't go to Touhou Fest, but if there's gonna be physical copies to playtest there, then hopefully there'll be good word about it.
Oh, why would I do that?
Does that have all the expansions in it, of curiosity? Because I've been interested to look at the Tabletop Simulator version and stuff, but like, I don't know anything about Tabletop Simulator. I am just dying to single bullets on their own. That was not pretty. What did I get? The basic clutch of the okay. Next impossible shame. Well, when will we learn about Manosuke versus Renosuke? Don't worry, the full Labby 3 full game drops in 5 hours. So we'll figure out that. Ooh, that was terrifying. Thanks for your good luck, Hobbs. Appreciate it. No, I want to get some peta. And then I'll do runs. The worst part about Don Maku, though, is picking of the three characters you get dealt. Because you're just sitting there, you're like, because the first thing that'll come to mind is I think of some like really niche scenario where it's like I'd love to have ability A. I'm like, oh, I'm just thinking, I'm like imagining like the pop off. But then I look at character B, I'm like, oh, and if I do this though, and I'm like, the problem is I can't do both spell cards. And then someone picks Chirno, and you're like, oh no. The ultimate, who do you not want to have a fun game? Let's pick one person at the table and ruin their life. Ooh. The more I like this fight. Her two painful attacks. I mean, the thing about Oku is she's not that painful. Like, the painful attacks are really painful, but otherwise she flows really well. But the rest of it's just pretty smooth. Don't do that. Do Momio clear? I've beaten every single game on Lunatic and every extra stage, so yes. I did all that before I started the LNNs. I did not go out of my way to like get like EXNBs on everything. I got a perfect extra stage on PCB as my warm-up before I did LNN stuff, but I didn't go through all of them like that. I only cleared every extra stage.
Disgusting! Ranshama.
No DRM, he's using boost. I'll believe whatever you say. What is DRM? Woo! I was tempted to do more extra stage grinds. De Nouveau. Ah, yes. De Nouveau. What is De Nouveau? I like the extra stages, but one thing I realized when I did PCB's extra, the EXN grind to the LNN grind is, I'd rather just grind Lunatic than grind an extra stage, personally. Extra stages feel more casual to me. Not that I'm not willing to grind extra stages, but... if I'm doing an extra stage, I feel like I'd rather just play casually. To make you players angry. Understood. Oh, I feel like I know sort of what you're talking about. I know I've heard of this type of thing. It is now ringing more bells. Is the demo on like Steam as well? I actually haven't looked around to see, like, I just assumed the demo was on some like other site or something, but I guess it makes sense that it'd also be on Steam because Labby 2 is on Steam. I just didn't think about it because I was like, oh, Labby 1, is in a Steam game, but I always forget Labby 2 was. That was tight as fuck. That a flare is fun. See, UNR kind of puts itself in a weird spot where it's kind of fun, but it's also kind of really annoying just due to the variability of it. Because it's like sometimes it just really... its variance between it being easy and brutal is so obnoxious. This deck's variance isn't annoying. In my opinion. I'm gonna sneeze. Like lingering. Thanks. Okay, brief bathroom break, and then I'm gonna do runs. Ah, I'm back. My stomach was disagreeing with me, so that took another minute or two than it was supposed to. Oh, hold on, what is this? What is this new A roll? Oh, I see. Also, Spirit Lily posted an image of her desk. Start making fun of the clutter everywhere. Abilities, 2 spell. Yeah, fair and balanced mechanics. Imagine having stuff on your desk. I could never. I would never have stuff on my desk. To be honest, my desk is not too bad. There's one corner of my desk I need to get about to cleaning up, but otherwise, the bulk of it's good. Although the very right side of my desk is also partly cluttered, but that's also because I'm out of shelf space. So the very far right of my desk is reserved for one of my figures and my Fumos, because I don't have shelf. I am very out of shelf space to put them anywhere else. Okay, I see. I'm not that far. Yeah, I definitely have some things on my desk, but it's definitely organized enough. Where it is, where it's like there's a lot of random things, but it's organized random things. It's like, oh, here's this pile. Here's where all these go. I didn't have much for shelves outside of my. Why would you do that to me? I didn't have much for shelves outside of my drawer, my nightstand, and my desk. So then I bought some relatively cheap, all skinny glass shelving, like stand for my figures, and then I bought another glass shelf. This one, like the first one is just like a kind of like a stand that's like multi-layered. Just kind of sits on the floor. The other one is an actual glass shelf that I nailed into the wall, or drilled into the wall, I guess. Pokemon Center, a lullaby for Desert Hill. Yeah, the only 3 themes you ever need to play. I guess I do have to ask the question. You said Bad Apple. Are we talking Bad Apple like the song or like the actual like theme? Because I mean they do have overlap, but they are definitely notably different. I see. I see, he says, as he doesn't really see, but kind of does. Only kind of. You're very merging your head, that's fair. Because, like, of course... I mean, there are more Bad Apple songs that exist than just the Bad Apple one. I think the Katsuki Records Loop, which is a banger, but because Bad Apple, the song, really just follows the opening string from the theme. Like, it just kind of follows that tune for, like, the entire way. Well, the actual theme, you know, only has that for the beginning, and then it turns into other things. I'm not saying that you need to record it so I can judge as to what level of music you're playing to. Too much twang on this one. Ugh. Mistime one of the strings slightly. Unbelievable. I'm just curious because when I think about because like everyone, of course, knows the Bad Apple tune, but, like, you know, the song Bad Apple, it's like that tune is the entire song. Well, the theme, it's only, like, the first third of the song. Actually, technically even less, but I'll say that to be generous. So I'm always curious. That's one thing I like to see with different Touhou songs, too. Is not only are a lot of them just bangers, but I like to hear, like, when people make songs on Touhou themes, it's like hearing the many different ways they will, like, interpret the song. Like, Love Colored Master Spark is one that I, like, I'm always fascinated every time I hear one, because, like, I've heard really, like, fast, like, even heavy Love Colored Master Sparks. I've heard slow ones. I've heard good piano songs with it. I've heard themes all across the bunch, but, like, I also hear plenty that are, like, where there's, like, the three main parts to Love Colored Master Spark. There's, like, in the theme itself, there's, like, the three main sections, I'd call it. And, like, I've heard songs where, like, each of those sections they put as the chorus. So, like, although it still follows the same underlying tune, it's like they all sound very different. It's always really interesting to see them. So yeah, that's one thing I love about Touhou music. It's just there's, and people make songs that there's just, like, I'll always talk about the Cat T records because I love them, but, like, they have more songs than there are Touhou songs. They've, like, redone multiple Touhou songs. Different, but, like, it still ends up being so different from, like, all the variants that's, like, it just sounds, it sounds almost like a completely different song. Even if it still follows the same tune. Sometimes they definitely sound more similar, but, like, also sometimes it's just mood dependent. The Strawberry... I assume that means Strawberry Crisis / Nuclear Fusion mashup they did. That sounds intriguing. You do know I love me some Strawberry Crisis. Although there are some songs that, like, just dominate the theme that it's based after. In which, what I mean is, like, some songs I listen to and I'm like, oh yeah, you know, this one's very, oh, this is cool. And then I listen to a different song of the same theme. I'm like, oh, this one's cool. And, like, I like all of them. Like, sometimes there's, like, that one song that just, like, you listen to and it's just, like, you won't listen. I hate that attack. But then you just, like, won't listen to, like, or I struggle to listen to other songs of that theme without just thinking of X song. The one that comes to mind the most there is Necromantic. I cannot hear Desire Drive or any version of Desire Drive without thinking of Necromantic. Hanipaganda also does that, but to be fair, I don't really hear much with Mayumi's theme outside of Hanipaganda. Vocalize it just to, yeah. Not all. There's only very few songs that I could think about that for, but there are a few that, like, necromantic that like really stand out like that. Don't do this to me. Back to stage 2. You know, math class metal. Excuse me. Sort of game jam. I don't know. Cheering up math class metal kind of scares me more than it intrigues me. All instrumental. I don't know. It still scares me. Yeah. I mean, that one of the foundations for creating music is you just kind of go off with something, and then you're like, "Ooh, wait, hold up, this might be onto something." You just start thinking through things. You play it out, and you're like, "Oh, this one sucks. This one sounds like shit." And then you go through another 10. You're like, "Ooh, wait, oh, ooh, this one might be onto something." That's a bomb button. B, which is funny because it's not the B button; it's the X button. Bamba! Although there is actually no, like, bomb drops in this game. It's all just power. Shift K button. What in rootin'? What are you playing WASD? Left-handed? That can't be the case. I'm left-handed. And I still use the normal shoot controls. Shift, Z, X, and D-pad. Left-handed, I sure am. Coincidentally, me and my younger sister are both... Coincidentally, of my close friend group, with me, my sister, and 2 of our friends, 3 of us are left-handed. None of our parents are at all. It's just, coincidentally, we have 3 left-handed people. The gimmick. My setup is pinky and ring on... Pinky, ring, and middle on the shift button. Pointer finger on Z. Thumb button just kind of... thumb button, what am I saying? Thumb just kind of off to the side. Some people called me delusional for this. 3 fingers on shift, I don't have anywhere else to put them. I am not using my middle finger for shoot. To be fair, it's not like my ring and my pinky do much work. It's mostly the middle finger on the shift key. My ring and my pinky finger just kind of follow suit with the middle finger. Little finger shift. What's little finger? Is that the ring or is that the pinky? Pinky, okay. I don't know, I wouldn't trust doing pinky as my soul. I mean, I could definitely do pinky as my soul shift. In WASD like games, I definitely can use pinky as my soul shift. But like the thing about Touhou is it's like I'm not using any other keys. It's not like I need my fingers for anything else. And that's one thing about bombing, is bombing is never comfortable for me because I've always used this setup. Another reason why I don't bomb. I can definitely go out of my way and bomb. Like, if you go back and watch my 1cc's and stuff, you can see me purposely bombing, but like, I'm just never in a position to bomb. Use my layout, and I never wanted to change it to make myself feel better. Like, what I kind of would do was like, my middle finger would kind of be between the shift and the Z key and would kind of be used for both, with my pointer finger being more for the X. So it's kind of ring and pinky for shift and middle finger more for shoot. But that one felt a lot more awkward if I want to like stop shooting for something. Like, oh, there's some guys that shoot bullets on death. I want to be careful not to shoot. Okay. Interesting. Because like my shift key on my keyboard is essentially the size of your shift key plus that key next to it. I definitely seen keyboards like that. It's really just keyboard to keyboard basis. I hate whoever invented the caps lock button. I feel like there's nothing in Touhou that's gotten me killed more than caps lock. Not because, like, caps locking, like, locks something on my keyboard, but because I can't help just spamming caps lock. Just every time there's, like, a slight break in the action, I'm just reaching up with a thing and just pressing the caps lock button. It pops up the little light in my keyboard, and I click it again, it turns it right back off, and then I just keep spamming the piss out of it. It just triggers something in my brain. I can't stop clicking it.
I hate lasers!
Then for numlock and scroll. I do that too occasionally for those, but when I'm playing Touhou, it's way too far away from like where my hands are for me to like press numlock or scroll lock. But like caps lock is like right there. Like when I set up the thing for stream so that my keyboard is there, where you can see those few keys. I'm really tempted to put caps lock on there just to see how many times I press it. Back 50 pages. Yep. I've done that before. It's rare. I'm almost always paying attention when I click it because like my brain like will click it, but I'm like, you have to click it an even number of times. You can't click it an odd number of times. I know, but I don't have pi on numpad. It's probably some key combination, but done that where I'm typing, and I go to press something on the numpad, and just wait a second. Why did I press the page up or page down button? Why was I in the corner? Why are you going down? Why is today the way it is? You know what it is, though? Tomorrow is Friday, and that means after tomorrow is the weekend. Vacation? Are you going on vacation? So this is the first time I've ever heard the term Easter vacation in my life. Can you stop? I thought it was just on me. I didn't give her a hug. The problem is if I give her a hug, it's the same end result. Easter days. I mean, Easter's a Sunday. I get Sunday off. It's like there are some places that like don't work the Friday before Easter, but like I don't know, the fact that Easter is always on a Sunday. It's like Saturday and Sunday are my general off days. I mean, people definitely celebrate Easter, but nothing like that. Like, we don't even go that hard for Christmas. Let alone, like, no way people would do that for Easter. Definitely, in my experience, like the people who even like Easter is generally fairly exclusive to like, in my experience of seeing, okay, you're either usually religious or people with kids, for like Easter bunny, Easter basket and stuff, da 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 da, and like that's it, and it's all tailored to Easter Day. I mean, it's a good marketing tool, so you'll notice for like the several weeks going up in time, like every store and shit. Like, I don't even think most stores are like closed on Easter. There are definitely several places that do close on Easter specifically that would normally be open on a weekend, but those are usually smaller, like local places, maybe some local restaurants or something. I guess I don't know for sure. I'm usually not going out shopping on Easter. Although I'm sure that also just depends on like what the work location is too. Like I said, I know around holidays, like there's the spot, not Dalco, it's the company right next to. I forget the name of this company. It's a company across the street from where we work, just a little to the left, and they have hundreds of people there. Oh, like probably 200 people that work there. Parking lot's huge, especially compared to ours. And like usually for the month, usually for like not months. Ooh, that is a weird layout. Usually for the couple days going up to holidays, I'll go to work and I'll see nobody in their parking lot. Or maybe like the 1 or 2 cars. But like that's about it. But one thing you learn the business of alcohol is that people will give up a lot of things during certain times of year. People will not give up alcohol. That is one thing that remains ever present. You can close so much down, but like you cannot slow down their alcohol distribution, or else people will riot. Like, during the early days of the pandemic, not that I've heard any stories of it actually happening, but, like, there was stuff going around of, like, oh, you know, you're not supposed to go out unless it's, like, important or something. Like a lot of places were closed. It's like, oh, you're not supposed to, you know, you're not supposed to be working or driving unless it's, like, important work, which is generally designated to very few things. And I got a nice little official paper for my car, or that I had in my car. I actually still have it in there. I never threw it away. That designates me as important person because people need their alcohol. It's horny, motherfucker. Okay. What's? Hold on. What just happened? Dude, Domiko's just found 3 pesos Pixip account. Oh no, it's over. I'll take your word for it. I hate lasers. But you did find your inn, did you? That's what's important, Don. Goes, did you find the inn? Hold up, let me... I got alt tab for this one. Give me a sec. Woo! Hitboxes. Hold up. I gotta look at this one. Why? I mean, that's very blunt. Hyper Giga Anal Smasher. What? 3 Pesos, a man of the people. Holy moly. Your product pass. Who's gonna guess that? Like hyper anal smasher maybe, but hyper giga? Oh, I don't know if I do the double adjectives. Like I don't know if I could guess that one ish. I'm on stage 4. You should pay attention to the stage 4, buddy. Well, of course, you don't have to guess. You know, you can look at the string of code and translate it, of course.
Fuck you!
I probably should have just kept going left. I thought the hole on the right would be open slightly more, but there was a slight divot. Joke's on you, I'm not Italian. That was just my exaggerated, angry response. Did I just... No, I think that was fine. I think that was normal. Yeah, ma'am. I am not. I am mostly German and Finnish heritage. And then the rest is extraordinarily small numbers. A lot of fun music. Can't say I'm too familiar with Finnish music, but I'll take your word for it. Hot Springs. Can't say I've ever been to Finland. Actually, I've never been to Europe at all. Chef Hot Springs. Yeah, what do they think they are? Japan? This isn't some kinky anime. This isn't some JRPG where you have some scene where all the females are... I almost said female girls. I realized that was redundant. Where all the females are in the hot spring, and it's like, oh, here's a peaceful time, then the boys accidentally walk in. Or it's the other way around. Because every single fucking thing likes to use that get you persona, looking at you. Thermal spas. They could be treated as essentially the same thing. I mean, yeah, I was just mostly making joke for the sake of making joke. Parsi! Finland got this symphonic metal. This black metal, got it. I'll forget that, but I definitely know, like, European bands and stuff. But I'm just usually not one to pick for, okay, this is this region. Well, this one over here is this region. Nightwish just finished. Okay. I am familiar with Nightwish. There are a few Nightwish songs I know and I quite like. Problem is, I don't really pay too much attention to the lore of a lot of bands. Like, I don't like when I listen to someone and be like, ooh, I wonder where they're from or something. The only time I'll find out is if my dad's, like, really, like, into them. And then, because he will just talk about them and be like, oh, yeah, and then this time when this happened 20 years ago, and then this thing, Mibovsky. That's why when it comes down to some more in-depth stuff, I'm fairly familiar with Halloween and Iron Maiden, just because those are like my dad's like two favorite bands. Let's see, Nightwish, what happened? Canceled, postponed, you were sick? Ah, shame. How dare she? How dare she'd be pregnant? Unbelievable. I haven't heard too much Nightwish. A fair handful of songs. And generally, like, there's a few of them I heard that are like, eh, they're fine, whatever. And then there's a few that, like... Storytime, Elan, I Wish I Had an Angel, and Bye Bye Beautiful really stand out to me. No sense of corn. No! He'll be up plus this character. Plus disc for sure. Plus disc for sure. Then Arcadia. Arcadia was previously revealed, right? I feel like I remember seeing someone mention that somewhere. Now, ooh woo. I hate the LNNs. And Junkie. Dude, what is a funky? Wow, is there playable? Did you find any? Yeah, I don't care for spoilers. You know, if someone else does, then you know, be careful. But like, did you find anyone like very unexpected in there? Like, I'd say any characters from, like, the past two games, obviously, you know, is expected. And any characters that we've already seen, you know, like, in the images we've already been shown from the game, obviously, like, no surprises there. Like, Dormy, I believe I remember seeing Dormy. You unexpected. A character that we have not previously seen in either like the pre-release images or in the pre-release images or in the past two Labyrinth games, right? That's why I'd say unexpected. A character we have not previously known was going to be in the game, or that was not in any of the previous games. Any stats are wild. What's her base stat? What's her stat spread look like? You're gonna tell me all defense. Like these 27 assets. Okay, well, there's obviously gonna be more, but... Or maybe he's just completely coning on this time. 40 plus. That makes sense. He 40 plus in both the games, right? Well, Labby 1 was 40. Labby 2, I don't remember the exact number, but... Not in the archives. Well, I guess probably stuff he's still working on. / stuff that he's, you know, doesn't need to be there yet. I guess stuff that he's still working on. So there's still hope for Manasuke yet. If it isn't in the archives, then it doesn't exist. Like 200% HP, a little attacks, and rest mid. So what you're telling me is that she's Komachi without the debuffs? Plus ailments? Bastard. Thanks. I am just not in it. I'm just not in the zone. You know, I'm just not locked in. Okay, one more water break before I'm done with this for the day. Although, to be fair, slightly faster than Komachi doesn't mean much. It's not like Komachi was known for being particularly fast. Komachi build, but you have to put all of her points in level points into speed. Buffs her and stuff. Well, I hate to break it to you, and stuff isn't really descriptive, and yet it's probably the most important part. Yeah, Raisin's passive just kind of, like, helps ailments and stuff. I'm mostly just jesting. Listen, if I don't have an exact, if I don't have the exact damage formulas for all of her attacks written on my desk by tomorrow, what's the point? If I can't sit here and theorize, let's see, if the debuff amplification on this is 20% plus 2% per level, and then the base value for this is 8,000, then if you multiply that by 24%, but then you have an extra 10% multiplier with this, but the multipliers stack on top of each other, how long will this debuff last? But also, the damage may be varied from this. But the enemy has a resistance that also lowers it by this much, and then if you add all this together, what's the possible, like, end result? So if I can't have an equation that's solved for X, what's the point? You gain stacks, and then stacks does things. That is an entirely new mechanic. I've never seen any character that's ever had that type of mechanic before. Budo never existed. No, did they change my tank? Did they change my tank? Unbelievable. Remy Scarl, my beloved, R.I.P. Want to spec more into tank or more into physical DPS? Well, from my past experience, my answer with Remy would be tank, but I guess it depends on how good the physical DPS limit is. Although, the only issue I find is if you're ever given the choice between one or the other, it usually is a bad sign. Because it usually means the character is not as good as someone who's a lot more specialized into one thing. Excuse me, Parsi. I guess another question I have is did 3 Peso learn and be like, maybe I should double check when I give a character the ability to double the effect of all equipment held? Because maybe that's a little good, so I should be careful about my usage of this ability. Or did he say, nah, fuck it, we ball? At the very least, I hope someone like Notori can get, like, more to her kit than just that. Because she was great in the first, like, 2/3 of Labby 2, in my opinion. But when she's only a stat stick, and you really want to start getting multipliers, it starts to feel slightly worse. Damn, this makes me want to just play through Labby 1 right now. $50-60 at the full mains effect. Oh, that's easy. I don't particularly like this spell. Get it out of my face. Thank you very much. You know, I did literally just say, I wonder if he's going to learn with the maintenance ability and be like, maybe we should be more careful with what I do with that ability. Although I think more importantly, I'm like, I wonder if he learned his lesson with Racing. It was like, maybe I should be really careful with how this Racing passive works. If I want to include that again. One doubles ammo. Okay, so it's just one. Interesting. Also plays with stacks. Good grief, you've said 2 characters engage with stacks. Does that mean every character engages with stacks? Unbelievable. $3 confirmed stack fan. Read something in 2016. No way, he did? Oh, I can't read right now. But extra stuff in the demos files. Darn, he's smart. $3 actually ahead of the curve with everyone. He knows if I don't want people modding my game, boom, make the most just like difficult to work with code possible. Boom, hide all my content from the demo. Boom. He's ahead of the curve. Summoning to enemy spot. What do you mean summoning to enemy spots? There's a term that has no... What? Ah, okay. I guess my question at the end of the day across all characters is, I guess since Ron is there, did they change her little thing? Because that is the method I used for 90% of Labyrinth 1 and Labyrinth 2. Yes, her buff. The one buff in the game, realistically, that can buff backline targets. Characters got overhauls. Okay. Yeah, it's just really not my day. I can't play. I'll be back tomorrow.